Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong. Welcome to the back office. I've left the pens out because frankly I'm going to be doing the last, maybe, pen-centered video. And today's pen-centered video is about something I have in my hands here, which is the Boom Sudoku selection for a mere £2.99 in your local WH Smith's. And there's the receipt. Doubt I'm going to be taking it back, but they have given me a half price newspaper. Oh well, I thought it was off a book. A voucher there. But this is the Sudoku selection, and they do have a few different types. They have a pocket book, which is quite thick, like a digest. But I thought, no, this is a book I could keep in my bag or by the bed or something like that. And I haven't really done any Sudoku, so I thought I'd like to sort of test a pen. Doing a Sudoku, and yeah, because it would be so amazing for you at home to watch me trying to do a Sudoku, but maybe briefly. I know I'm not going to maybe labour the point. There are some basic rules about Sudoku in that each 3x3 chunk here will contain the numbers 1 to 9. I've read the rules, and you'll get any sort of horizontal or diagonal line. Vertical, horizontal or vertical. Don't do diagonals. I don't think diagonals will add up. We'll have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All the characters. So that's kind of the basics of it. And this sort of pen where you can erase could be very useful for that, because you see a lot of people scribbling in the corners of these. And I've only really played sort of digital Sudoku on my DS and got very bored of that because you have to traverse it. So let's just see how it works. So here, for example, I can see a 3 and 3. So it means this line can't have a 3 in it, and this line can't have a 3 in it. So there'll be a 3 somewhere. This block can't have a 3 because it's already got one. This block has already got 3. So there's a 3 here, and 3 is either here or here. So I go, maybe it's here. And then I look and then say, actually there's a 3 already in that row, so it can't even be here. So thus, by a process of elimination, there's our 3. And you sort of continue that way. So it's like we're going to do 6s now. We can see there's no 6 can be in this bit, so this bit has to be a 6. Oh, I like this one. It seems easy. 8. 8 is trickier. So we're trying to look for the 8 here, but we can't really pinpoint where the 8 is. You know, the 8's in one of these two. So some people write a little 8 in the corner. Before I do that, I'm just going to see, because we've got a 9 coming up. Nope, we can't really see where the 9 is. So let's just move on. And then you sort of just move on to, say, the next one. And you start like looking for common ones. You see 3, you know there's no 3 here. 3 can't be here. There's a 3 here, so 3 can't be here. So you've got a 3 in either of these two spots. So you can maybe do a little note here. Look, there's a 3 here or 3 here. And we're going to try erasing those once we figure out. And then we're going to look for 4. So we know a 4 can't be there. So this... and 4 can't be here, so either of these could be a 4 at the moment. I mean, if you're going to try not keeping things in your head and you want to start writing them all out, you just keep going that way. 5, 6, you've got 7. 7 can't be here, so you know that then this could be a 7. Oh, crikey. And then there's 8. So you could actually spend a lot of time writing which ones it ain't, which we're not going to do. Let's just move on. 5, 6. 6 could be one of these two. On this one, 6, 6. It's really algorithmic, to be honest with you. 7, 8. Can't solve. We've already got 8 and we've got 9. No, keep moving. So let's go for a 1 here. We know the 1. So this is interesting for 1. We know there can't be a 1 here because there's already 1 in this vertical row. We know there can't be a 1 here or here anyway because there's a 1 in this row. So 1 has to exist in one of these two squares. And then you'll go for, let's go for the 3, and we know the 3 actually has to be here because you can't have a 3 there because of that 3, and you can't have a 3 in there for that 3. So we know this one has to be 3. So we're going to try our Frixion. Yeah, look, nice and clean. And then we go put our 3 in. So this is going to help me because I don't like, the thing about puzzle books is that I don't really like messing them up. I don't like mistakes and scribbles out. I know it's ridiculous. So this means 1 is here, but now it means you can keep them clean. Like if you just even want to get rid of all those little hints as you go along, so you'll end up with just a solved book. That could help those sorts of types like me who maybe are a little bit OCD. 8 we can pop in here. And what are we missing? We're missing a 5, and that's a 5. So look, now we've got one whole solved one. That really helps a lot, because then you can start getting down to see, right, if you look horizontally on this one, we have a 6, a 1 and a 2 to put in there, right? We know that we can't put a 1 in either. Well, 1 is taken. Yeah, so that one that we thought might be a 6 is probably now a 1, if I'm not mistaken. And if that's a 1, then this thing that would be could be a 6 now is definitely a 6. So we just have a 2 and a 6 to decide where we want to place. And looking here, we can't quite choose that, but again, we've solved more now of this one, which lets us now look again. Let's see if we can park a 2 anywhere. We can't put a 2 in either of these two spaces because of that one. It's blocking that one, so that means 2 has to go here. 3, 4. So can we do anything with a 4? No, not really. 4 could be in either of these two places, as can a 7. So yeah, we've got 4 and a 7 to find a home for at the moment. Let's see though if we can use any of these two. So if you see like what number's missing, look for a missing number. 6, 6. So we know there's a 6 in either of these two. Has to be a 6 in either of these two. So we can actually make a note of that. 6 or a 6 will go there. What else do we have? We have a 9s. One of these two has to be a 9. Come on, we'll figure something out. 2s. A 2 has to exist in either of these, so it's either a 2 or a 6. If it's not one, it'll be the other. What else? How about a 5? Can we do anything with the 5s? 5 can't be there and a 5 can't be there, so a 5 is going to exist in either of these places. A 7 would be ideal if we can figure out where a 7 is, but we don't have the 7 for this one. So we know... we can figure out the 7 because we've got 7 here, that means 7 has to exist in this top right corner. In fact, I'm going to leave the Frixion cap off. So if we have a 7 there, boom, what does that tell us? That tells us for this one here, this one's got a 7 right here. 1, 2, 3, we're missing a 4, so that one has to automatically now becomes a 4. And we can see, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that 9 is definitely a 9. Starts solving itself, doesn't it? It's not bad, is it? It's the old Sudoku. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I can certainly see why people get into it. So we've got those ones. Does it help us in any way? Well, let's have a look horizontally here. 1, 2, 3. So we're looking for 4 and 5. We know that 4 and 5 have to exist in one of these two squares. That's going to be 4 or 5. Yeah, it's either a 4 or a 5. We'll flip them as necessary. And the same here. No, 1, 2. Yes, 2 and 6. Okay. So now that we know that there's a 9 here and a 9 here in this row, so we know that one of these two is going to be a 9. What else? Can we do anything with a 1? Not really. So I suggest maybe just to have a little bit of a breather and have a look somewhere else. Sometimes you just go like, you get hung up on that and just say, right, move across. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. We're looking for an 8 and 9 here. That doesn't help us. 5 and 5. We've worked out where 5 has to be though for this one. 5 here, has to be 5 there. See? So that means if we want a 6, we know a 6 can't exist in this bottom row. So one of these two is a 6. And to be decided by up here. That'll stop whatever's going on down here. 7, 8, 9. Would have been nice to come up with a 4 though, wouldn't it? So 4 could be here and it could be. Too many could be's right now. Let's just keep looking at some other ones here. So if we've got a 7, one of these two is a 7. We've already got 7 locked in up there, so that's a 7. Can we do an 8? We know 8 can't be there. An 8 is either one of these two spots, it would seem. 9. 9 could be anywhere, really. But let's see if there's any more. Because if you've got a number common in one up here and one here, and you've got a missing, it gives you a better chance. So let's see for some we filled in. we've got a 1 here and a 1 here, and so 1 can't be here, 1 can't be in these two, and 1 can't be here, so we've got where 1 is. I mean, that's good. 2 has to be in one of these two spaces, and there's already a 2 here, so this one's 2. So if that one's 2, then that one's 8, and that means we have a 4 to find. Can't quite do anything with 4 yet, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We know where 9 is. 9. So if that's a 9, what's missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in the middle. Now we know there's an 8 there. That's clear. That's clear. You can just double check, you see. We were looking for something for here, weren't we? We were looking for a 4. And we were looking for a 3. So, oh no, we've got a 3. The 9. Still not quite sure. Still can't quite nail that one down. But let's see now. We've got the same thing going on here. You've got a 5 here. You've got a 5 there. We know that 5 is one of these two. It can't be there. Can't be there. We've got a 5 right there. 6. Can we do a 6? 6 can't be there. 6 has to be here. 7 right there. 8 we've already got. 9 can't be there. Can't be there at all. So that's 9. And we're just left with the old 1 and 2. And there's a 2 and a 1 here. So we have to have a 1 and a 2. We can double check at any point by just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes you actually go wrong. Like, you can solve it a bit and it's even right but wrong until later. That's when you start getting to these trickier bits where there's a little bit more deduction needed. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Can we tell anything now about these ones where we were wondering if it was going to be a 3 or a 4 or anything like that yet? So maybe. Let's see. We've got 4, 4, and we know one of these two will have to be a 4. Doesn't help. 5, 5. Doesn't help anyway. We already got 5. 7, 7. We know one of these two will be a 7. So this one will have to be a 7. And if our marking was correct, this means this one will be a 3 and this one will be a 4. The one to its right will be a 4, 3 and 4. But there was a big bit of guesswork here, so I'm going to double check that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can a 6 exist here? Yes, a 6 can exist here. And if it does exist here, then that would mean this one would have to be a 6. So we're looking for a 1 and a 9. And we know that this one would have to be a 1 down at the bottom. And then this one can be a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. And then if that's the case, then at this bottom row we have 2, 3. We've got a 4, a missing 4. And what else are we missing? A missing 9. So we can't put a 9 here because we already have a 9, so that one has to be the missing 4. That'll be the missing 9. 1, 2, 3, we've got the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, good, it's going good, we're almost there. What are we missing here then? An 8. And then that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this will be a 9. 1, 2, so 3, 3 and 8. 3 and 8's got to live in here, which means that'll be a 3, that'll be an 8. If that's the case, then we've got a 1 and 2 coming up, and that will have to be a 2 and a 1. We'll just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we've got these ones which are kind of confused right now, but I'm just going to erase the whole lot because I kind of think we were trying to figure out if they were a 4 or a 5 or whatever. Let's see. So we're missing a 5 and a 6 in this. A 5 and a 6. So if that was the case, then that would have to be a 5 there and a 6 there. And this one we're missing a 4 and a 2. And if that's the case, that would be a 4 and that will be a 2. And I'm just going to take one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's a solved Sudoku with the help of my pilot Frixion. And it looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased, and I think this will be my new hobby for the immediate future. As ever, thanks for watching and keep on penning. Sudoku edition.